So today I just wanted to kind of talk through issues with acne. I have had acne forever. Really, like I remember getting pimples in like second grade, and like no one else had them. And um, I was really good when I was young about not popping anything. I would just let it be, and like kind of pick at it when it would dry out, because that's what my mom did. No one else had pimples, and I didn't really have any experience with that. But then when I was in fifth grade, someone in my class asked if they could pop one of my pimples because it was something that they enjoyed doing. And I was like, sure. And that's when I first learned about popping pimples, which it doesn't work for me. Like that's something that I've had to deal with forever because I scar, and I would just keep popping, and like the germs would just go all over my face, and I would just constantly have pimples. So when I say I had acne, I would have not like the red bumpy acne that's kind of small little dots everywhere. I would have like giant pimples like in several spaces on my face. Really every day. Really, I would have like 2 to 3 pimples, like not tiny zits, like pimples every day. And I would have like days of relief where I would have zero, but that was very rare. I don't know. So it was just always an issue. I started going to a dermatologist when I was probably in college. I don't remember going to one before then. And I started to do like the benzocaine and like those different types of topical creams where it would basically just dry them out. Everything I owned, everything I would sleep in is bleached from those types of creams. I tried Proactive when I was in maybe high school, which maybe worked a little bit, but I have really like oily skin, so I didn't really see much of a difference. I just kind of dealt with it. I learned like which types of makeup were good for my skin, which it was still like a work in progress. I used Bare Minerals, and that's really like what helped and what didn't encourage really pimples to pop up, but they still did. So fast forward, when I went to grad school, when I lived in Texas, I started using Differin, and that basically, when you start using it, you have to wait like I think it's 2 months, maybe 12 weeks. I'm not positive, before it actually starts working. So when you first started using it, it causes everything in your skin to try to get out immediately. So it's just really, really bad for a bit of time, and then it clears up your skin. So I did that for a while, and then when my prescription ran out, I tried to get it refilled again, and it was $800. And so I got the generic version, which did not work at all for my skin, and it caused everything to just come back again. And I just had a lot of issues with that. I've gotten that prescription written for me a couple of times, but I've never been able to get the name brand since then, and maybe the formula's changed or something now too, but whatever the generic brand is, it doesn't work for my skin anymore. So I stopped getting that. So I just kind of kept dealing with it. When I was working, I started to just stop wearing makeup, and like I would just use like very little if I could. Pretty much stopped a lot of topical treatments until it just got kind of out of control. So I went to a different dermatologist, and some of you saw my other pictures where I was like posting about, sorry, I just kind of closed my screen, when I posted about covering up my keloids. So I also had keloids. I have them on both shoulders, and that's just from acne, like acne on my shoulders that when I picked at them, or when they, I guess, I'm not really sure, like, but basically when I scratched at them and it broke the skin, instead of scarring over normally, it scarred over into keloids, which are just kind of like bumpy scar tissue that gets itchy. So I went to the dermatologist to have those injected because they can inject them with like a steroid basically that can squash them, make them flatter, make them lighter, and make them stop itching. So I went to a dermatologist for that, and she put me on some sort of oral antibiotic. I can't remember what it was, but that worked for a little while. So it would kill the bacteria that was in my skin, and then I could use the topical ones to continue to treat. So that did work for a little while. I also did laser hair removal around then, and I'll do another video about that. And so whenever they would go and they would kind of shock the areas where I could feel a pimple popping up, it would kill whatever was in there. I'm sure because it was just a laser, so it would stay down. So that was really good for a while, but really you can only do laser like every 6 weeks, so it wasn't really that often that it would help. I'm not sure why or how or what is contributing to it cleaning up completely. Like, I don't really have issues anymore, but I suspect that it's a couple of things. One, I have a dermatologist, and I now have the topical treatments that work for me, and I'll continue using them. So I'm not gonna take breaks from them like I had the other ones that were just not working. So that's helped. And I started doing that around the time that I moved to Shreveport because I wanted to prepare for the wedding and not have like, crazy breakouts at the time. And when I was planning for the wedding, I don't know if I was stressed, but I did break out a little bit. The other thing that I think contributed to my clear skin is this thing called Skin Pen. So if you haven't heard of that, look it up. It's really weird to see. I just watched, I was sitting in one of those laser spas where I was getting my hair removal, and I was just watching the same clip over and over of the Skin Pen, and it's basically like a tiny needle. So you've heard of microdermabrasion, where they have the abrasive surface that just kind of goes across your skin, and it's pulling off dead skin and encouraging new skin to grow and to be tougher, so that it kind of closes up your pores and that sort of thing. So it's basically a better skin that's more resistant to, I don't know. Anyway, so that's microdermabrasion. So what Skin Pen is, it's basically like a pen. It looks like a little pen with a tiny needle in it. And what they do is they will use the pen across your face horizontally, and then they'll go vertically. And then if there's kind of deep set scarring or pimples, they'll kind of go and spot treat those little areas. And what they're doing is just going into your skin and kind of scraping out it sounds so gross, all your dead skin and really any kind of bacteria or anything. They're just digging deep into your skin. And then as soon as they kind of dig deep, they then put in whatever works for your skin. So for me, because I had bad acne, they would put in acne fighting oils that would go directly into my skin. And you can feel it work immediately, even though it's a small concentration, because it's peeling your skin off, putting the good drugs in, basically. And then that's it. So then you don't wear makeup for a couple of days, and your face basically peels. So it's not I've never had a chemical peel, so I don't know specifically how that works, but it's like a sunburn. It will come off throughout the week, and after a week it's basically gone. So you're red for a couple of days, but after that it's basically gone. I did that 4 times, and I think I did it every 6 weeks. So I did all 4 sessions, and I got a group on to do it or something with the med spa that I was going to. So it was actually it was pretty affordable. And I had made a decision probably 3 or 4 years ago that I was willing to put a significant amount of money into my skin treatment, because it's something that's bothered me my whole life. And I joined a med spa to do my laser treatment, and then they started to work on my skin while I was there too. I also had the pixel treatment, which is it's a similar feeling to laser hair removal, but it's tiny little photo lasers, I think is what it is, and it's feels like shocks, like someone's shocking your, like electric shocking your face, but just like tiny little spurts. I've also done microdermabrasion, which, I mean, that it's really just like a really nice, making your face nice and clean. I have a personal microdermabrasion kit, and I'll have to show you all that one day too. But it's basically just a small little electric like tube thing. I can plug it into the wall and put different type of microdermabrasion. I don't know what you would call it. They're just like little things that you put inside of it that are either like there's a big size and there's like a tiny size, so you could use it on skin too if you like for your shoulders or for your back. And then they come with like medium harshness and then very harsh, I guess you would call it, to basically clean your skin out. So I have that, and I've used that a couple of times, but the skin pen thing, like it went deeper than any of those other procedures, and I think that that's really something that's helped a lot with my skin. And I'll have to go back and see if I can find pictures from before and after. But I really, like, before I mean, you can still even see the scars because they're never going to go away completely, and I think I may do skin pen again eventually if I think I need it. But they, like, when with the skin pen, they took the scar tissue and brought it to the outside of the skin, so it wasn't so deep anymore. Basically, it makes your skin tougher and more resistant, and it's like my pores are smaller and my makeup lays flat against my face now. Like, it really made a huge difference. So if you have issues with like scarring or that kind of thing, really like look up skin pen. I think that there's 1 or 2 places in Shreveport that do it, but in Dallas, I went to Oasis Med Spa, and that place, like, I really liked it. Rebecca was my girl, if you're there. If she's still there, I'm not sure, but that's what really, really helped, and it's something that I'm really thankful that I did. The third thing that I think contributed to my clear skin was Unique. Before that, I was using, I think, like a Benefit foundation, and I think that worked, but it would make my skin really oily. For a while, I used MAC foundation and MAC powder and all of that, and I really liked the look that it would give me, but I would know I can only use that kind of makeup for big events because I would break out for a full week after that. Like, it would just get into my skin, and I always wash my face. I always clean my face. I always make sure that, you know, all of the makeup is gone, but it's still, like, I would still break out for a solid week after using MAC makeup. So when I started using Unique, one of the main reasons I did it is because I watched one of the videos where the girl puts a little brush in her hand and uses the Touch liquid foundation. You literally use 3 drops of that foundation, and it covers your entire face. With MAC, I was using like this much foundation, like quite a bit of liquid, and it was thick and goopy. And Unique's, it's like powdery. It's liquid, but once it goes onto your face, it turns into a powder. And it would give me the coverage that I wanted without feeling goopy, and it wouldn't get into my pores. I could wear it all day. I could sweat with it on, and it wouldn't make my face feel itchy or anything like that. And I think that's really something that helps clear my skin, because I needed to wear makeup to certain events, especially like leading up to the wedding. But I didn't have to wear something that was going to irritate my skin anymore. So I think those are the 3 things that really helped me, you know, figuring out my skin and helping clear up my acne. I left a lot of details out, so please ask questions. If you ever have issues like this, like, just let me know, and it's something that I can kind of talk you through. You definitely want a dermatologist, someone who can look at your skin and really help you figure out what's going on. But I can help with, you know, just if you have questions about something that I've experienced, I can help answer questions about that. And I have a lot of other material for different videos that I want to make for y'all too. So, sorry this was so long, but I've been thinking about it, and I really wanted to make this video. So let me know. Please let me know if you have questions or suggestions. Thanks.